Hi, I'm JD, and what we're going to be doing today is an absolute value inequality. So if you would, pause the video, see if you can try this one on your own. Let me read it first. It's the absolute value of x minus 2, close to absolute value bars, plus 3, less than 8. So pause and see if you can try this. Alright. So what you want to do first when you have a problem like this is always isolate the absolute value bars. So do that first. So you want to get rid of this plus 3 that's attached to it. So you subtract both sides by 3. You do the opposite. So that cancels. That's the absolute value of x minus 2, close to absolute value bars, less than, and what's 8 minus 5? Right, it's, they say 8 minus 3 or 8 minus 5? I meant 8 minus 3, which is 5. Anyways, alright, now when you isolated the absolute value bars, you want to see what scenario you have. Is it less than or is it greater than? Because depending on what you have, that's how you're going to, that's the way that you're going to set it up. Here you have less than 5, so it's an in-betweener, right? You have x minus 2 less than 5 like that. On the other end, you're going to have negative 5 less than. Now if you recall, the concept, what works here? Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, all those numbers are less than 5, and so are their mirrored images, right? You have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 4.9, right, will work because you're taking the absolute value of those numbers and they're changing from negative to positive, right? They're the distance away from 0. That's what absolute value means. So now you just solve for x. So here you want to get rid of this minus 2, so you do the opposite, which is adding 2. So you add 2 to all three sides, the left, the middle, and the right. That cancels. Negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3, less than x, because the 2's cancel. What's 5 plus 2? 7. Now certainly you can leave your answer like that, but most of the time teachers are asking you to graph it and then also put it into inner notation form. So let's graph this. So it's going to be negative 3, then you have 7, and it's everything in between. Now I'm going to use open circles because there's no or equal to signs here. It'll include like negative 2, negative 1, 0, 3, 4, etc. So it's everything in between. As I have been doing in some of these examples, or if this is your first time looking at an example, I've been using certain numbers to test on where to shade. Here, I think it's really straightforward because it tells you, okay, x is in between negative 3 and 7 just by looking at it. So, but you can use numbers to test if you're not sure where to shade on the number line. Once you have the number line, the inner notation is really straightforward. You just read it from left to right or least to greatest. So it's going to be negative 3. And you're not going to include the negative 3 because there's no or equal to there, so you're going to use a parentheses, comma, and then it stops at 7. And then you use parentheses because the 7 is not included. And that's it.